Hey there, folks. It's Bobo the Vulture. One more time, at least one more time, maybe some more. It's me playing Let's Play. It's me Let's Playing Aerobiz Supersonic. And it's past my. I'm doing a short spurt of these videos altogether. Just a little clumping of them. I think it's like 3 videos or something like that, all in one go. But you know, you get the blood flowing, and usually I would not want to be doing an LP video this late at night because I'd be apt to make goofy, bad reactions and things like that. But hey, it's a business sim. Hopefully, it's moving slow enough I can figure out what's going on. BitLink open a new route between. Okay. All right, they're trying to clamp down on me and make sure that I don't get any strong foothold in North America, I guess. Although New York to Washington, they're not going to make a whole lot of money on that route. That's not a very long route. Generally speaking, like at the moment, I, Bobo the Vulture, live in the Washington D.C. area, like the suburbs. I live around, within the range of Washington, D.C. I know people that live in New York, and they take the bus, generally speaking. They have buses that will go back and forth between Union Station and Washington, D.C., and I don't know where they go to in New York, actually, because I've not taken the bus. But buses can be had. That's all I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and open this route. Tokyo to Singapore. Don't have any A320s to use in the route. How about an A300-600? Yeah, I like that idea. Let's go with two flights per week right now. We'll make the fare $911. And this is taking a while. Oh look, I have the super secrets. Haha! I'm using SNES 9X, but oh look at that, I can make it go fast anyway. I'm a master. I know the secrets. I know some people apparently, they struggle a little bit with that on SNES 9X, but not Bobo. Not he. Alright, so yeah, London to Tokyo is still going well. Tokyo to Bangkok, of course, always full. Yeah, this flight is still creeping upward in the number of passengers that we can have going in there. Let's go to North America here. Let's go to North America. We'll see the sights. That flight is still completely filling up, and we're still getting big money out of it. Big money! Big prizes! Oh, I love it! You guys remember Smash TV, don't you? Sure you do. Wow, we're actually getting most of the way full on even that flight. Do you remember how pathetic the London to LA flight used to be? Oh, we had like 8% full or like 20%. I forget. It was something laughable. Toronto to London still. See, the Rome flight is still full even though we're charging full price. The Athens flight is still full, even though we raised the price 10%. Wow. Things are going great, aren't they, folks? They really are. They really, really are. They're going great enough that I'm going to go buy another A300. A300-600. Yes, I am. It'll take most of my money, but that's okay. I can order a maximum of 1 plane. And I'm going to order that 1 plane. Yes, I am. That's just the way I am, folks. But yeah. And if the flight to Singapore with the one A300-600 is selling out completely, I'll put the second A300-600. If it's not, I'll swap the A300-600s for the A310s on the Bangkok route. Because I think the Bangkok route could probably take them. They could take a few more flights. Sure they could. Anyways, folks, that'll be more stuff on the horizon. But we got to see how all that pans out. Yeah, we do. Anyways, let's go ahead and end this quarter. We'll see whether or not this flight helps boost our ranking in Southeast Asia as well. The interregional flights, we're still doing pretty well on them. I mean, we're not the king of interregional flights, and we never will be. Not in this go-through. Pretty much in 6 years' time, I don't think I'm going to be able to become #1. My goal at this point is to prevent Metlink from... Like, I can't win the game at this point. So my goal has to be to prevent Metlink from winning. If I can't win, no one can! I'll ruin it for everybody. I'll knock over everybody's toys and wreck their crap. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Hey, look at that. Still making good profits. So, and I missed it in Southeast Asia. How do we do? We're doing better. We're still lagging a good bit behind Metlink, though, so I need to see how that's going to go. Alright, let's see. Yeah, #2 in Southeast Asia and North America. And yes, we're located in the Middle East, but we don't have any flights in the Middle East. Middle East. Beetlejuice. Hey, we got those slots in New York. Now we can fill up the rest of the... let's just speed through that. Haha, with my fast forward key. Anyways. We do have that important change to make. So, London to LA. London to LA is almost completely full. That is actually kind of important. I need to go ahead and, I need to go ahead and fill that up. Fill it up! Fill it up! Alright, so A320 times 6. Get 100. Alright. So let's go over to Southeast Asia and see how that one flight is doing. It's making money. Let's see if it's filling up completely. Bangkok flight is. Singapore flight is not. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because, you see, you might think this is a terrible tragedy. It's actually an incredible opportunity. Is it okay to change the flight of shown? Yes. Is it okay to change that flight of shown? And you're saying, but Bobo, that's crazy. Now you only have one plane. On the flight we had 2 planes, and the 2 planes were not doing that great. No. Don't worry about it, folks. You see, we put one A310 on here. It's most of the way full. It's slightly more economical. And we now go back to Singapore and give them the other A300-600. Wait a minute, how did I get all these extra A300-600s? I'm actually a little confused now. I guess this is what happens when I start playing past my bedtime, folks. Wait, this is the... Oh, wait. A300-600s, A300-600... Wait, no. I clearly made some sort of error here. I'm at the A310s. I don't have any A310s now. What just happened? Did I just bug out the game or something? I suddenly have way more A300-600s than I ever thought I had. Okay, so... I'll tell you what. A300-600s. It tells me I've got that many now. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up. I might even put one more flight on there. Yeah. Then how many more A300-600s do I have in reserve? I'm gonna have to go back to the videotape later, folks. I could have sworn that I didn't have that many A300-600s in reserve. But it seems to think... Wait, did I just take them off of London to Tokyo, Tokyo to LA, Tokyo to LA? Wait! Wait a second. Ah. Curses. That's the problem. That's the whole problem right there. Oh man, I would have been so ticked off when I discovered that. Oh, no way. No way do you mess with my precious... No way do you mess with my precious Tokyo to LA route. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and add some planes right back onto that right now. No way. You're not messing with that. Yes, it is okay to change the flight as shown. As a matter of fact, come down here to London to Tokyo. No, not Tokyo, Bangkok. Tokyo, Singapore. Here. You take an A310. You take one A310. That's all you take. That is all you take. Now, you see if you can fill up that plane. That should still be that way. London to Tokyo, most of the way full. Tokyo to Bangkok. You know what? I'm going to see how that shakes out that way. Just that way. And now I'm going to go to Europe. Go to Europe, because Europe's really cool. And pie, 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 and pie, and pie, and more pie. London. Yeah, London to LA is almost completely full. So, question is, do I raise the rate? Do I raise the... Okay, yes, I see the other competition, yes. Do I raise the rate or do I add a flight? I'll go ahead and raise the rate, see what happens. It's okay to change the flight as shown. London to Tokyo, also most of the way full. Gonna go ahead and raise the rate there too. What is the competition? The competition is at minus 50. So this may kill our success here, but I'm gonna try it. I gotta be daring. Alright. And now I've got this extra A310. I'll go ahead and add it here. Yeah, and I'll leave the fare set that way. We'll see if that boosts things any. Alright, so they're still not... Actually, they're not even, I don't think, in negotiations with anybody over there. I don't think they were. Maybe they are. Either way, okay. Clearly, I'm going to need to, in order to defeat them, in order to defeat Metlink, I'm going to have to go with some big guns. So yeah, this is after Hong Kong's transfer back to China. So let's see, got 1638 there. 439. Yeah, pretty much it's going to be to go to Hong Kong. Tokyo to Hong Kong. It's going to be an expensive route, but we kind of need to do it. Sad but true. Let's take as many slots as we can. Negotiations will take 6 months. We will begin the negotiations. I'll go ahead and save money for this next quarter to make sure that we have enough to start the route next quarter. Or to start the route when it comes up. If I have to pull a plane off another route, that's okay, it's what I'll do. Yeah, these routes are only getting more expensive as time goes by. So, yeah, we should probably get a move on and start getting some of those big roots going. Anyhow, folks, I was saying last time, yeah, it occurs to me now that since the year, as I'm making this video, is 2011, there may be some younger viewers, well, younger than I, certainly, who would have been very young, or perhaps not even born, in the year 2000. Basically, the Y2K threat, virus, thingy, phenomenon that threatened society as we knew it. Well, first of all, let's see how we do in Southeast Asia here with the new route. Hey! I think we'll actually be able to top Metlink in Southeast Asia if we manage to stay strong like this, strong like Boer. Okay, 88, 390. Okay, that's cool. Alright, I think those little tweaks that we made to the routes there really helped. They really did. Okay, moving on. But yes, basically, when they first started making computers, they first started to make computers in the, well, I mean, they were making computers since, like, the 50s. But sort of what you consider like the modern home personal computer was really a product of like the early 1980s. They had some, like the late 70s, but like, it wasn't until like the 80s that computers really started catching on, and in the 80s, heck, a lot of computers didn't have internal hard drives, they just had internal RAM. And if you wanted to load an operating system, you actually had to put a disk with an operating system into it. So basically, what I'm getting at is memory was at a premium. I mean, even in the year 2000, where we are right now, you were doing pretty well if you had a 10 gigabyte hard drive. Like for your whole computer. Your operating system, your zany sound files, which were, the rage back then, because you didn't have enough file size for zany videos. Captured the #1 ranking in our home base region. Nah, we shouldn't do that. We should mess with other stuff first. Okay, so let's go to North America first. I just want to see how wanted LA. Okay, so by adding an extra plane and raising the fare, we have dropped the number of we have increased the number of empty seats, but I think we're making the same amount or more money. LA to New York, still doing very well, completely filling up at 10% below. They're at 25% below, and I mean, part of the reason for that is that's very inconvenient. They only have one flight per week going between New York and LA. And they're actually losing money on their New York to LA route. I'm going to raise this back up to the average fare and see whether or not we still completely sell every seat. Because that's actually part of the key to being able to do this well. You need to be able to give people, like, the way that we have that set up right now, we're doing 2 flights a day from New York to LA, which makes sense. It's actually like set up around the idea of, well, there are big movers and shakers on either coast, east side, west side. Like, think about like movie stars. Like a movie star that did some shooting in, has been spent the past week shooting movie stuff in Los Angeles and Hollywood, and then like, okay, today we have a day off from shooting, you're gonna go to New York to star on The Late Show with David Letterman, so we're gonna fly you over to New York. You take a flight in the morning, you fly over there, you do the show, and then you get on a flight in the evening and you fly back and you get home at night. That's what we're basically got set up right there. Obviously, there are people other than movie stars that are availing themselves of this, because there aren't that many movie stars. But anyway, back to the Y2K thing. So, basically, in order to save space when they were programming anything that was related to time code or something like that, when they started programming stuff together in the 80s and maybe even into the 90s, like January 1st, 1988 would be put in as a 6-digit number, 010188. January 1st, 1988 would be. Or January 2nd, 010288. But you can see where that's eventually going to be a problem, because if they kept doing that, as they did, okay, Bangkok's still filling up with 3 A300-600s. That's mighty impressive. And okay, now that plane is filling up, even though with the A300-600 before it wasn't. Make up your mind. Alright, those flights are being full, though. If I buy another A300-600... well, I'm going to need another A300-600 eventually, regardless. A310, A300-600. Wait, I still have 2 in reserve? Dang it! Dick! Okay. I'm clearly still confused about my plane holdings. I thought I had this all straightened out. London to Tokyo, 3 A300-6, or A310s. Alright. Wait, the Tokyo to LA route. I didn't put all the planes on there? Darg! Gonna go ahead and put those 3 planes on there. Is it okay to change the route? Yes. Okay. Don't worry, folks, it'll make us more money. I'm gonna go ahead and buy an A300-600 right now. Right now. Another one. Just one more. Well, just one more for right now. The twin engines, it's very economical, you see. I can order a maximum of 3 planes, but if I do buy 3 planes, I won't have enough money to open that route to Hong Kong, which I need. I need to make sure that I wrestle Metlink out of Southeast Asia. I need to get Southeast Asia locked down. Okay. But you can see where having the date as 88 instead of 1988 would become a problem around the year 2000. Because in theory, then the computer will attempt to express the year, and there were different ones. The way different ones were programmed would make it sort of differently. Some of them would end up changing that date to 0102, to use the January 2nd example again, 010200, which would, in theory, to the computer mean that you had reverted back to the year 1900, because there's just an implied 19 instead of the 1988. So either it would think that you traveled back in time to the year 1900, or it would, instead of looping over, roll from 99 to 100. So all of a sudden it would think that you were in the year 19,100. We got a ways to go to get there. So either way, people were freaking out thinking their computers were going to travel in time. Well, not literally travel in time, although that would be fun. And then we could send time cops after them. FBI! Yes, we could do it, folks. We have the technology. Okay, so we're running out of slots in Los Angeles. If we end up actually needing to get any more A310s to go on the London-LA route there, we might actually need to negotiate for more slots in New York. Right now, we don't really need to, though. So, let's bounce back and forth to... Let's bounce over to Europe here, see how things are going in our European markets. With the European bric-a-brac. London to Tokyo is completely full, so I do need to get another plane there. Although, actually, what I'll do right now is go ahead and raise the fare again at 30. I really shouldn't continue adding planes onto a route if I don't even have the route up to the average price. I'm realizing this slowly. It takes me a while, folks. Wait a minute, this is 40 below. Alright. What if we raised it to 30? Let's view the competition. The competition is at 30. Can we take the competition head on? Can we apply the competition directly to the forehead? I don't know, folks. We're gonna find out. Okay. And this Rome flight, in which we are flying unopposed, let's just raise it up 5%. See what happens. It's okay to change that route. I'm kind of surprised nobody else is flying into Rome. Wait, somebody else is flying into Rome. Moscow. Siberia is flying into Rome. But I guess that's not considered competition. Whatevs. Tehran to London. That flight is mostly full. What is the competition? They're at minus 20. Tell you what, let's go ahead and raise this up to 40%. I know I'm taking all the big risks, folks. But, yeah. Hold on just one moment. Yes, so, Y2K. You guys know Y2K? Yep, just checking my volumes, making sure everything's the way it's supposed to be, folks. Trying to make sure that you get the maximum out of this LP. While I apparently put in the minimum amount of effort. Oh, look at me being lazy. But no, so people were legitimately freaked out. They were concerned that it would be a global cataclysm. I mean, there were people that thought that this was going to be a global cataclysm. That computers that were controlling... that the computers that were in charge of, like, air traffic control and nuclear silos and things were all going to go haywire and believe that, you know, that either nothing was in the sky or that, you know, oh no, it's now the year 19,100 and no one's checked in with me, the nuclear switch. Clearly something terrible must have happened, so I'm gonna launch all our missiles because nobody has told me not to in, you know, a few centuries, millennia. So, yeah. All that stuff's going on. Wait a minute. I'm still not going to have enough money at the end of this next turn to be able to get that flight into Tokyo. I mean, to Hong Kong. Although, wait a minute. Am I going to have the Hong Kong slots next turn? I think I am. Yeah, I'll have them next turn, but I won't have the money unless I'm going to start making even more profit by having ramped up the price of all of my stuff ever so slightly. We'll see, folks. We shall see. MetLink is ordering some 747s, New York and Houston. Yeah, they're really afraid of me in North America. All I got is your flight to, the Olympics in Sydney will begin. So they're going to get a big, yeah, there's 14 more slots in that place. Yeah, I got even more interregional flights than ever. More interregional passengers, I should say. But yeah, people were legitimately frightened that the computers that we had built all of our lives around were going to turn against them. Maybe they were going to become self-aware because the date changed from, you know, ticking away at 1 second at a time to all of a sudden, like, going forward 1 second at a time, 1 second at a time. The computer's like, oh, well, this is all expected, this is all very normal, things are going perfectly fine, and then we've just leaped, you know, 19,000 years almost into the future, you know, whatever. I guess 17,000 years into the future. Or, you know, we've just jumped 100 years into the past. Clearly humanity's got it all wrong. They don't know what's going on. I should be in charge. I should be war chief. All of the computers in the world all at the same time would pull an Ajax and say, I should be war chief. So, that'd be what would happen. That would be, in theory. That was what might have happened with the Y2K virus. Anyway, it's time to go on to the last quarter of the year 2000. Our home base is located in the Middle East, but we don't have any flights there, I believe. I've heard something like that. We got some slots in Hong Kong, though. Someone from McDonnell Douglas would like to see me. A deal of a lifetime for McDonnell Douglas, eh? For this quarter only, we're offering all our planes at half price. What a deal! Let's get some McDonnell Douglas planes! That's actually really tempting. Go in there quickly. Get back to your area! but only if they're planes that we can use. This will be the trouble. See, that's actually not a bad little. That's not a bad little airplane. The A320s are better, but that's going to be very cheap price. Which model am I interested in? The MD-80, the MD-11. MD-11 has a long range and pretty good seating capacity. Not bad mileage. These are the only two planes they have. Let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure that it has the same seating capacity and a poorer range than the A320s, but I just want to make absolutely certain of that and the mileage. 80. Oh no, they have better mileage. Not as good seating capacity though. And let's see, 6,280, 70. And what was it? The MD-11 here had a mileage rating of 60, was it? It's mighty tempting, but I don't know what I'd use them for. I mean, if I were going to start a flight from London to Mexico City, maybe, they would be good for that, but I'll think about it. I got other stuff to do this quarter, though. Because if I spend all my money on those, then I won't be able to start the route to Hong Kong. Also, my relations aren't good enough with the United States, I don't think, to get me a special good rate on those planes. So I wouldn't even be able to sell them. I don't think I would be able to sell them back to World Lease at a profit. I'm not positive, but I don't think I'll be able to. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and open up this route now that we have the money. Got an A300-600 for the job. The A300-600 will be able to do 5 flights. We'll go ahead and do this at the average flight with the average rate. Oh, the plane flew away extra fast because I can make it go extra fast. That's the way I am. I'm probably going to need some more slots in Tokyo. At this point, I want to have extra slots in Tokyo so that I can add some flights here and there here. Because as I've been saying here recently, this is going to be the place where we have to make our stand against Metlink. Although it is, I have to admit, a lot of fun to look at them in North America here going, what do we do? The Iranians are coming, the Iranians are coming. See, that flight is still being pretty full. It's not completely full. Oh, 10 at even money, we're still filling up completely. Let's go ahead and raise the fare 10%. How much can we do here? How much damage can we... We're never going to wrest North America away from Metlink, because look at the number of flights. They have flights going to Vancouver, they have flights going to Seattle, to... Well, it might actually be easier to count the flights, the places they don't have flights going to. They don't have a flight going to Phoenix. Yeah, and they don't have a flight going to Denver. And it's hard to see, but they might not have a flight going to Dallas. They have one going to Houston. They have one going... I don't know. They have one going to Atlanta? I see something here. Nope, they don't have a flight going to Atlanta. Which, you know... It's kind of interesting, because, it's interesting the way this game turned that whole thing out, because one of the things, I'm not going to say it's the thing, but one of the big things that's made Atlanta, you know, a big important city is its airport. It has one of the biggest and busiest airports in the country. it is the headquarters and main hub of Delta Airlines. And yeah, I mean, there are other things that are going on in Atlanta. I don't mean to say that there's not. It's the home of Coca-Cola. It's the home of the Turner Networks, CNN, CNN, Cartoon Network, wasn't Sci-Fi, or maybe Sci-Fi was not a Turner Network at one point in time or another, but like Boomerang and TBS and TNT, Turner Classic Movies, all those things that have Turner in the name, they're all based out of Atlanta. And I guess they don't have a flight going to Toronto. No flights to Toronto, eh? What's up with that? Alright. I got nothing against Toronto. I've been to Toronto once or twice. It's a pretty nice place, really. It's a pretty heavy score. And you got Vancouver up there. Know a dude lives in Vancouver. Seems to enjoy it fairly well. But yeah, the Y2K virus or phenomenon thing was going to be, it was going to be a cataclysmic event, because computers were going to all either shut down or turn against their masters in one way or another. They were going to malfunction in a way that essentially caused mass chaos and hysteria and so forth. But no, pretty much, people were able to add a 19 in there and then have everything roll over to 2000 in most I do remember on like January 1st, year 2000, I looked at a couple of websites that had like the date up in the top right corner or something, and it's like, and it said, January 1st, 19,100. I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of goofy. But that was really the only place that I personally saw any effect of the Y2K thing happening. But yeah. But there you have it, folks. That's Y2K in a nutshell. Anyhow, I want to come back here and double check on some of these flights. The Bangkok flight is all the way full. The Singapore flight is all the way full. So, really, I need to see how well the Hong Kong flight is going to do. And I might need to invest in some more A300-600s, because these things have pretty good seating capacity and they're super efficient, which is what we need to be able to profit this way. I mean, look at how much money we're making off of that route. I mean, that's the big interregional route. That's our big moneymaker route. But no, I mean, even the ones, ooh. Did I already change this? No, I did not. So let's bring it up to -20 and set it. See how well that goes. But no, gonna have to buy some more planes to get them all hooked up around here. But anyways, this will pretty much wrap it up for the year 2000. Yeah, that's about all we've got going on right now. I'll need to see whether or not adding that extra flight will sort of give us an edge over Metlink in this region, and if not, we're going to need to start saving up. And Siberia, you shouldn't buy Tupolevs. I know that you get a discount because they're your local boys, but they're terrible airplanes. I got nothing against the Russian people, and I got nothing against Russian technology in a general sense, but in this game, really not a good idea. There are certain things that airplanes that are made in Russia have had to historically deal with that other airplanes didn't. Like, they had to have jet airliners that could land on airports that were not paved. That's the kind of thing, like, you try to land on an airstrip that was not paved, it was just made of gravel or dirt or something like that in, a 707 or something like that. Pretty sure the landing gear would fail. Or, there'd be a good chance that would happen. 20 more slots in Los Angeles. That's cool. Alright, so the totals in Europe, yeah. Totals in Europe pretty much staying the same. Middle East, of course. Metlink has an edge because they're the only people there. Yes! We win in Southeast Asia! Okay, so now we have that over Metlink. If we can continue to do that and Metlink can't stop us... Whoa... We just had a $100 million quarter, folks. We just had a $100 million quarter. I'm holding up my hand right now. Is anybody gonna high five me? This has been pretty amazing, hasn't it? That is pretty cool. I seriously wish I could keep going right now, but it is way late in this particular play session. And I pretty much need to pack it in for the evening. But man, you guys saw that, right? You guys saw what just happened. Did it blow your mind? It kind of blew mine. But yeah, we're not going to be able to win the game. We're not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to play up the expectation that we will be able to turn everything around between now and 2005, because there's not enough time and not enough money to be able to accomplish all of that. But I do think we're going to be able to stop Metlink from winning the game. We're going to be able to stretch it out. We're going to be able to stretch things out and get to the year 2005. Which, you know, maybe you people are thinking, no, mercy killing, let the game end, make it stop. I'm like, no, I must deny Metlink its victory. But anyway, folks, stay tuned next time in Bobo the Vulture, me, Bobo the Vulture's Let's Play of Aerobiz Supersonic-Scenario 3, in which we continue to deny Metlink of its victory. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now.